Hi, everybody. Cannot believe this is our final happy hour presented by Anheuser-Busch. We've got our Anheuser-Busch products right here, ready to roll for our final show. We welcome in, for the first time, I think, on happy hour, Francisco Romero, Spanish play-by-play broadcaster for the Houston Astros. Francisco, welcome. How are you, sir?
Doing very well. Thank you very much. It is a pleasure to share the stage with you. I've never done it since you've been here, so it is great. I was looking forward to it, and thanks for inviting me.
I have very little Spanish in my cabeza, but how do you say happy hour in Spanish? Is that hora de feliz or something else?
Hora feliz. So you were almost right.
Hora feliz.
Exactly.
So hora feliz to you, Hispanic Heritage Month. It's a big month for the Houston Astros, and thanks for joining us to kind of talk a little bit about it. We're really going to focus in on Hispanic heritage in the month of September.
No, thank you very much, and it is very special for our Houston Astros over the years. The Astros, first of all, have had Spanish broadcasts since the team started as the Colt 45 with René Cárdenas. And ever since then, we haven't stopped broadcasting baseball in Spanish. And, you know, we've had many, many Hispanic players, Jose Cruz being one of the players that is an icon in Houston, Cesar Cedeno, my broadcast partner, Alex Trevino. But we have had many, many Hispanic players who have made a huge impact not only for the city of Houston, but for the Houston Astros.
So I'm looking at my notes down here. So Jose is going to do the play ball call in Spanish. We're going to have starting lineups in Spanish. We're going to incorporate Hispanic music in the stadium. It seems like batting practice, it's been full of Hispanic music, even before Hispanic Heritage Month. We have so many guys that love Hispanic music. So in BP, have you noticed it? It seems like one of the guys who loves Hispanic music has been dominating what's being played at Minute Maid Park this year.
No, it is. It has been, and even in the clubhouse when we were allowed to go in. But even Alex Bregman says he's Hispanic, he speaks Spanish, and he gets along with all of the players. Bregman started practicing with Altuve, with Marwin, with all the Spanish-speaking guys. So it's pretty neat to see that in the clubhouse.
Hey, just for a quick background for Astros fans watching, and by the way, we're going to tell you about these replica rings in a little while. These things are really amazing. These are going to be, yeah, you got yours too. We're going to talk a little bit about that in a little while. We're going to have Enoli Paredes join us. Paredes is one of the young stars for the Astros in their bullpen. But before we get to all that, Francisco, I want to ask about you. A lot of people know about the TV broadcasters on the English side and the radio side with Sparky and Robert and myself and Blummer and Julia on the TV side. For you and Alex Trevino, I know there's a hardcore group of Astros fans that know all about you, but a lot of Astros fans don't know much. So you've worked for a lot of teams. If I start mentioning, Diamondbacks and Brewers, and I'm going to leave some out. So who have you worked for prior to joining the Astros?
Before the Astros, I started with the AAA team, the Tucson Sidewinders, the AAA team of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Then I worked for the Diamondbacks doing a little bit of play-by-play and in the production. Then I was hired by the Brewers to do all their home weekend games. So I would travel to Milwaukee every home weekend game that Milwaukee had up at the Miller Park for 5 years. Then I did the Twins. The Twins, I would travel to Minneapolis with my partner, the great Cuban player, Tony Oliva. And also I did some games for the Cincinnati Reds. And I also worked, we did the first Spanish game for the Kansas City Royals. It was an Astros game, but we broadcasted on a neutral kind of tone because it was also the first Spanish broadcast for the Kansas City Royals. I think that was back in 2014, 2015. And I also taught English to the D-back young players and the White Sox young players. So I worked with a few, major league teams in different capacities, but I also broadcast Arizona basketball and football. And I also did the halftime report for the Arizona Cardinals for about 5 years.
Wow, that's a lot. And how many years now with the Astros? ¿Cuántos años?
13 años with the Astros.
13 años. And just as we're talking about this, Enoli, you get comfortable because we want to ask you some questions. Enoli Paredes joining us. But Francisco, let's talk about these rings. If you go to the team store and spend $150 or more, you get these replica championship rings. They have stadium side pickup. These things are legit, right?
They're beautiful. One of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to show the replica in my real ring.
Oh, yes.
You can see, actually, the replica is a little bit bigger. So it is nice. And so, you like TK said, spend $150, and you get one of the replica rings. Beautiful.
So there you go, American League Championship ring. Enoli, this is the goal for this year. We want the American League Championship and the World Series ring.
World Series, yeah.
Welcome to our happy hour. Thanks for joining us. How you doing today?
Thank you. Everything good. Ready to go. Ready to get another great win today.
So Todd Callis, Francisco Romero, Enoli Paredes. We're going to do most of the questions in English, but because it's part of our Hispanic Heritage Month celebration, we might ask Francisco to ask you a question or two in Spanish. But I appreciate how much English you have learned, and it's impressive that you do all these interviews in English. How has it been for you in that transition, learning English, I guess, when you were a minor leaguer?
It takes time, but I don't gonna say hard because I was focused. That was one of my goals when I get here in my first year to learn a second language. So I'm here speaking like both languages, Spanish and English, and I feel happy because I can communicate with people in Spanish and in English. So it's very important for me.
And Noli, one of the things that I was telling TK right now, that I was an English teacher for the Diamondbacks and for the White Sox, and so I get to relate, that relationship between the player and the English teacher. Some of the players still call me teacher. Some of them don't know my name. But how did you like? What was the difference that you saw once you learned English on the field? How did it relate to you on the field?
Inside and outside of the field, it's very important to speak English because when you get to the United States, so you have to communicate with your teammate. 95% of the coach is from American. And I think it's very important to learn English because you can understand faster the information that the coach will give it to you. So you can take advantage of this and improve in baseball and out of the field. Not just in baseball, out of the field too, because not everybody had the opportunity to pitch in the big league. So if you can speak both language, you can get another job in baseball or in another work.
Before you came on, Enoli, Francisco was mentioning how on the other side, roles reverse, Alex Bregman learned a lot of Spanish early on, so he could kind of join in the conversations with Gurriel and Correa and Altuve. Who do you think of the guys that have English as their first language speak the best Spanish to you? I know there's a lot of Spanglish in the clubhouse, but which of the guys that are learning Spanish are doing the best?
I think Bregman, because when we talk, Bregman and me, he is speaking to me in Spanish and I speak to him in English. So both are practicing together at the same time. So I think Bregman. So I saw all the American player trying to learn Spanish. So that's very important because that pushed me more to learn English because they are trying to speak Spanish. So I want to speak in both languages with him. So half an hour in Spanish, half an hour in English. Okay, let's do it. So that's fun.
So yeah, that's very good. And also my first language was Spanish, and I can relate that to you. Also, I learned English listening to baseball broadcasts. But at the same time, tell us a little bit about, you're out on the pitching. You show a lot of emotion. Right now, I see you're smiling, you're very relaxed. But right on, when you're pitching on the mound, you strike somebody out, you get the last out, you show emotion, you put that arm up. It's different kind of demeanor when you get that third out, huh?
That's something natural that I had to meet when I get important now. So I show my emotion. It's just something about me, not about the hitter because when you do some good job to help the team, it's something in the moment I feel proud. So I enjoy it. So every time that I get an important three out, I enjoy it. I have fun, and so I'm living a dream. So I have fun all day. When I get the opportunity to pitch, I want to do my best, but at the same time, I want to enjoy. I want to be fun.
Enoli Paredes joining us tonight on our Anheuser-Busch Happy Hour. Enoli, you probably don't realize this is our last Anheuser-Busch Happy Hour of the year, so thanks for joining us. A lot of people see you as out on the field, number 60, and they see you getting the big outs, and like Francisco said, see the emotion on the mound. A lot of people don't know as you said, living the dream, how difficult it is to start and get on that path to the major leagues. Tell us about how you were originally scouted out in the DR and how you did sign with the Houston Astros.
So I hired in Dominican because everybody in the DR play baseball. So yeah, and I signed when I was 19 years old. So it's difficult there because everybody signed in 16. So when you sign 3 years later or that, sometimes you think that you're not gonna reach your dream, but I believe in God and I put everything in God's hand, and I working hard every day. So from the first time that I started playing baseball, I work hard. That's not the only thing that I can control. Work hard, trying to do my best, be a good teammate, and I think about that. I have the success. So in the season, I work hard because I look to this superstar like Justin Verlander. So I want to be like this guy. When I watch this guy in the off season, they don't are sleeping or having a good vacation. They are working hard. So I had to do that or working like the same. If I want to be like these guys. So I work very hard in the off season, and I bring all this energy to the United States to the season. So it's not easy because you have to work hard to be in the big league. When you have to face Mike Trout, Albert Pujol, you have to work in both sides, your mentality and your body. So it's something hard.
We are celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. Who were your heroes growing up? Who did you look up to? Who did you want to be like when you were 7, 8 years old, when you found out that you could play baseball? Who were your heroes?
Pedro Martinez, the big Pedro, yeah, because when he started playing baseball, he was like me, a skinny guy, and everybody told me, hey, you look like a Pedro, because a skinny guy, and we throw hard. So that was my role model when I was growing up.
Saw you in videos working out right before summer camp started, and it was tough because every guy had to kind of improvise and do their own weight training. It depended on what your access was to weights to work out. It looked like you were doing squats with cinder blocks on the other. Is that something you came up with, and was all of it with just kind of like whatever you could find to work out with?
Yeah, just trying to find the way that work. So I saw that in my home, and I say I can use this like they live, and I just find the way to work, because that was difficult. You can get out to the house, but I don't want to stop. I had to be. I put in my mind I had to be ready, so I had to enjoy the opportunity. When they give me the opportunity, I had to be 100% ready.
Enoli, how much pressure is it when you're a young kid in Dominican Republic and you can play ball? But we know there's pressures in Major League Baseball. We know there's pressure in life. But how much pressure does a baseball kid who can make it and is not yet signed? Is there a lot of pressure for someone who's 17, 18 and hasn't signed yet?
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. Like me, in my situation, I had to leave my house to move to another place in Dominican Republic without my family. And I had to drive like 45 minutes every day back to the field and back to the home. So trying to get the opportunity. The first word that I told to my agent, the person that worked with me in the art, I don't care about the money. I just want the opportunity to show that I can play in the big league. God gave me the opportunity, so and I work hard, and I'm here trying to help the team to get another World Series. So this year we're gonna get.
Get the ring.
Yeah.
Hey, Enoli, you mentioned having to move away from your family. I would imagine people in the United States that aren't familiar with the Dominican Republic, you move away. You're trying to meet new people, you don't have your family there. I would imagine even the food's different. What was that transition like when you had to move away just to complete that goal to reach the major leagues?
That was difficult because when you are with your family, that is something special. And I never before I left my family, so that was hard the first 2 weeks. That was something that I take time to focus on again. But I think I put in my mind that I had to do that if I want to play in big league. So it's not gonna be easy. So I put it in my mind, and I'm working hard. I just put in my mind, if I want to help my family, I have to do this. That helped me a lot.
We've been too serious. It's we've been asking you serious questions, but now tell me, what's your favorite song, and can you puedes perrear para la canción? And it's, I know we can't go to clubs or you can't go to clubs or anything like that, but tell me a little bit about that.
My favorite song right now is A Correr Los Lakers from El Alfa. It's a single Dominican. Yeah, you can dance, you can get crazy.
We should have brought the music. You could show us a little bit of the moves that you do.
Yeah, that's it.
You seem to, as Francisco said, you're so focused on the mound, but you always seem to be smiling off the mound and having a good time. And then we see a new guy, Luis Garcia, and he smiles even more than you maybe. Who smiles more, you or Luis Garcia?
I think me. Yeah, I'm always happy.
That's a good way to live life.
In these times, in época de pandemia, we're definitely, it's not your typical baseball season. How do you soak that in? How do you, you're away from patterns, you're away from things that you used to do before. How has it changed? Because we can't, as broadcasters, we're tier 3. We can't even go talk to you in person, so we can see how you move, how you work out. How has this changed in regards to how we're playing baseball right now?
That is hard because when you have the fans in person that you can share with the fans, it's a little difficult. But I'm always like I have 1,000 of fans there, so I just trying to find a way to have fun, to enjoy, to work. But it's a little difficult. I'm excited to the next year to see how I'm gonna develop with all these people. The fans from Houston, they show me a lot of love in Twitter and Instagram. So I'm excited to see.
I think a lot of the love came from the promotion that we put on our television, our broadcast, Enoli's Cannolis.
Yeah.
Can you believe how big that's gotten?
No. But now that's my nickname right now in Twitter. Every time that I post something, they put it on there. Enoli Cannoli. Yeah, after that came popular. Enoli Cannoli.
That's good. And now with social media, talking about social media, we get a lot of, once you come out on the mound or when you pitch, we get a lot of tweets from the Dominican Republic, from people from Venezuela love you. I mean, they're really big fans of yours. We get tweets from Mexico, and there's even a fan base from the UK that follows us and also talks about you a lot. So, I don't want to know to say this new stardom for you. I mean, you've been well known with the promotion that TK and the TV crew started with Cannoli. So how do you soak that in? I mean, how do you put that in? Did you ever believe something like that would happen to you?
Yeah, I think that's something that got happened with me because that's too fast to see how the people love me, how they show. Even if I don't have a good work in the field, I have a lot of tests in Instagram. Keep working, you are the best. So that pushed me to be better, to can focus, because it's hard in big league like me, like a rookie, to get the confidence when you miss and come back the next day, we head up, ready to go again. So that helped me. That helped me a lot.
It's about time that we wrap up this portion with Enoli. So Enoli, it is Hispanic Heritage Month. We haven't done too much in Spanish, but maybe before you leave us, you can say something to the fans about how you hope this season goes for the Houston Astros, including maybe a playoff spot in the World Series, en español, por favor.
And also, let me just add something. If you can talk,
Oh, go ahead.
you can add about how much el machete has helped you en español. ¿Qué tanto te ha dado el machete? Pero lo que dice Todd, lo que esperamos para la temporada.
Decirle a los fans que confíen en nosotros, que nosotros vamos a tener un puesto en los playoffs y vamos a estar en la posición, vamos a estar en la Serie Mundial otra vez, que sigan apoyando, que sigan creyendo en nosotros y enviándonos esa buena energía de que nosotros somos un equipo, de que vamos a tener el break en la posición y que cuando estamos en la posición somos el tiburón.
Well, he says that they're going to be in the postseason. They're going to be very hard, and they're going to be doing some special things. In the postseason, he says, we are the Sharks. So it's the Houston.
I love it. Thank you, Enoli. Gracias.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And Francisco, we're going to wrap up our own happy hour here. It's been a lot of fun. One thing we still have to talk about is Fan Appreciation Day. I know it's crazy because we've only played, 48, 49 games by the time this airs. Fan Appreciation Day is coming up on Sunday when the Arizona Diamondbacks, a team you used to work for, is in town. But it's been a strange year without the fans, but we want to show the fans how much we miss them that day. Indeed,
it has been a strange year. We feel the love through social media. We feel the love on the streets when we go out and do our shopping when we have to do it. So thank you to the fans. Thank you to those who listen on the radio, who watch on TV, and we're really appreciative of that. And hopefully next year we'll have you guys in the stadium.
I know there's going to be a lot of player thank you videos that are going to be out there. There's going to be a lot of stuff on social media too. Fan Appreciation Day Sunday against the Diamondbacks. Francisco, final thing for you here as we wrap things up. I know you wanted to ask him about Martine Maldonado, but you know how special that relationship is with Martine and a lot of these young pitchers. You can sense, right, how much he has helped out some of these young guys in their first year here with the Astros.
I think it's a great fit that he is behind the plate, especially with all these young pitchers that we've had. Enoli Paredes, even if they're not the Hispanic pitchers, but he has helped them a lot. We know about the relationship of him and Greinke, and so that tells you a lot, and it tells you a lot of how he guides all these pitchers. But it's been great. And before we leave, TK, I want to thank all the production team for having me on. It's my first time. I hope it's not the last time you invite me, but let's celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. The Astros sure have a lot of Hispanic players from different countries: Puerto Rico, Mexico, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Venezuela. If I miss any of the countries, I'm sorry, but those are at least 5 countries that we have players from. And thanks to all those fans who follow us on social media and keep asking about it.
No, I think you hit them all. And we also want to thank Anheuser-Busch for sponsoring our happy hours all year long, and our Feliz Hora. Hora Feliz.
Hora Feliz, exactly.
Hora Feliz. Francisco, thanks, buddy. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you at the ballpark.
Thank you very much. We'll see you.